Hey everyone, I thought I would do a quick little presentation of my sketchbook. I've had a few people ask me about it, how I got started, what I've done with it, how I use it. So I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about that today. So as you can see, I did a vinyl decal cutout years ago for my sketchbook. My sketchbook is a Pentalic Aqua Journal. It has trying to see where it tells me what kind of paper it has. Okay, it has European milled 140-pound neutral pH watercolor paper. And I really like this paper. It's got a nice little grip to it. Works well for watercolors. And as you saw, I have my secret stash back here. Little envelope that they include in the book. This one also has a pencil holder at the top. I've got my turn it around this way. My graphic 1000.7 lead pencil, which also has, if you can see right there, you can change it so you know what lead you actually have in here just by turning the handle here. I don't want to change it because I've got an HB in there. I need to know what's in there. Alright, let's start at the beginning. Okay, my art journal. And nothing is in here according to date. As you can see, this is from October 20th, 2017. Just a simple little watercolor landscape of the ocean, maybe, lake, totally made up in my head. I do that a lot, make up landscapes in my head and other things. This was just a little sketch of what I might do for painting in the future. Just random little thoughts, ideas. And that was done back in December of 2019. I was here on the road as a full-time nomad at that point. Same here with my koi fish. I've written up here black and orange koi. Obviously it's just a drawing at this point. This I actually copied from somebody else. It was their drawing and I liked it and I wanted to see what I could do with it. So I used watercolor pencils on this one. And it was okay. I think I would have liked it better if I'd actually done it with actual watercolors instead of just the pencils. Anyways, you can see I started this on 10/20/2016, and then in October I went back and put some color on, and then up at the top again October 20th, 2017. I worked on it at some point. Okay, that's probably when I put the color in. Then we have my what I call Tangle design drawing. This is where I take a semi-realistic image of a mushroom and add patterns to it to give it a three-dimensional look and a little bit more creativity to it. Blank pages, waiting to have something done on them. Well, this page is upside down, but as you can see, it's dragonfly, feathers, that looks like a fuchsia flower possibly, crazy butterfly. And on this one, this was an actual plant that I had at my house. Thank you, Gudrun, because you gave me this beautiful plant holder here as a gift. Anyways, this was what we call a real life study, and I enjoyed making it. Nice and loose, drawing and watercolor. That was done, let's see, October 22nd, 2016. Then we have my 2016 Tangle Design New Year's Eve creation. Just a lot of fun. No particular image in mind, just started making marks, and as you can see by the line going through the 2 and the 6 and the, yeah, just through the 2, that it wasn't pre-planned very well. And then I write in my journal sometimes. This again is a drawing based on somebody else's painting, possibly, I think. I have spent a good bit of time working on this one. I really enjoy it. Sometimes I just come back and visit it again and maybe add a couple of more things to it. I always consider my sketchbook a work in progress. Nothing's ever finished till it's finished. Turning my sketchbook around the other way, I've got some sort of funky cat, maybe for a children's illustration book. I do like to do illustrations. This round piece right here was actually a glass globe that I had this plant growing in. So again, it's a real life study. The tree down here was just to see what I could create to make the tree look realistic. Not bad. And here's where I did some stamping. Jelly plate stamping. Don't know what it says under here, but I also did this drawing here first. Really didn't care for it. Thought I would just add some paint over it. Kind of a cool effect. Not anything that I would ever do anything with, but it's kind of cool. This one was a study in loose watercolor. Very loose. No pre-planned, other than knowing that I wanted some sort of flowers in there. I had seen somebody create something similar to this on YouTube, which is where I like to learn a lot about artwork and other things. This was fun. I think it turned out pretty good. Again, that was back in April of 2018. Here I was practicing my drawing. This was like very early, very early in my studies. And then I just went over it, playing around with the flow of colors, paints, how they would interact on wet, and how they would flow. Nothing special there, that's for sure. Then on this page, I went in and did some mushrooms. These I don't think I actually drew out first. I just kind of used the watercolor brush to put them in, and I should have gone through and put a background on first, I think, because I went in afterwards, and I think I put this blue down here in particular on after the mushrooms were already in there. This I think I had already done. This was based on us, Norm and I, driving past a place one day, and there was a roof that literally looked like the Jiffy Pop had exploded everywhere. It actually was probably bird droppings, but it made me think that I should make something like this for painting, which of course I have never done. But it was fun at the time, so I had to make a memory of it so that I could, if I decided I wanted to paint it, I could. Then I traveled into these loose forest landscape paintings. Again, there's no actual pencil markings on this. This is all free form working, free flowing, just letting the paint go where I want it to and where it wants to go. Preserving white spots in the paper, you know, up in here too. This was a fun exercise. This painting is from Longwood Gardens, Pennsylvania. Norm and I went down there at some point many years ago, and he took a photo of it. And this was my interpretation of it in watercolor. And then these are negative paintings, meaning that I left the white and painted around them to make them look like leaves in the background and like the grass was there. Also did the same thing with the centers of the flowers. and then went in and just loosely put some paint in, and then went over that with my my Pit Pens by Faber-Castell. A lot of fun there. And this is just one of my very early, I don't know, drawings, sketches. Again, looking for illustration type feel. And again, illustration, taking a mushroom and turning it into a character, and then just going nuts with the background on it, trying different shapes, you know, drawing designs, elements, stuff like that. This one is a reminder for me. I watched a YouTube video, and it talked about how and what colors you would want to use to get the best overall feel of cohesion in your colors. Alright, this one was just another Tangle design that I was working on. This is markers, the gold, the blue, and the purple. Not sure I really like it, but it was something that I did. It's fun. The scroll pattern is actually really cool once you figure out how it works, and if you can have a steady hand and do it neatly. Otherwise, it's not much fun. And this is one of my other favorite patterns right here, where it looks like it's a leaf, and then you've got all these veins in there. Let's see if I can. And those are very teeny tiny little lines used with the Faber-Castell Pit Pens again. And that was the extra small, I'm sure, to get those lines. Again, another loose painting with doodling on top with the Pit Pens. This one was fun too. I think I taught a class on this one and everybody loved it. It's a fun exercise. Again, just a loose landscape. This one I didn't put anything over it in Pit Pen or anything else yet. I think I may just leave it like this. I don't know. I kind of like the feel. Oh, and then we have a character that I just drew the other day. I don't think I even put the date on it. But I was sitting outside, and for the first time since we've been on the road, I actually decided to pick up my sketchbook and a pencil and just sat down and worked on this. I think it's a dragon bird. Not really sure. It's not done. Work in progress. Definitely illustration type drawing, obviously. And that the paint was already there. I chose to draw this over that, and you can see the effects that it gives, and that's pretty cool. So sometimes it's more fun to put the background in, and then you can always add more paint over what you've drawn too. These were done, both of these were done with calligraphy pens, and I can't come up with the name of them right now. Yeah, anyways, there's a certain one and the are the only ones that actually create these teal colors and the pinks when you add water to them. So if you decide you want to try something like this, which is really pretty cool, very simple, you just sketch out your picture and then you add the water to it lightly or heavily, depending on how much color and tonage you want. What the heck are the calligraphy? I can't remember what the calligraphy pens are called. But anyways, it's the black only. There is no other color in here. It is all from the black ink of that calligraphy pen. Here was an attempt at making some cute flowers that didn't turn out quite right. Their stems are way too fat. The flowers are just too precise. Yeah, nothing very fun there. And I think color from the next page transferred here, which is fine. Adds a little more element to it. This one was supposed to be a winter cherry blossom style branch. drawing again with that calligraphy pen. I really like this. I did go back in, added some alizarin crimson berry colors, alizarin crimson red for the berries in there. But this is all, like I said, just the calligraphy pen. Elegant Writer. The Elegant Writer calligraphy pen. And it's only the black pen, not their colored ones. Anyways, that's what creates that effect. Keep a paper towel or a tissue handy to get the full effect. Blotting helps. And here I just started off with 2 circles and decided I was going to do a ocean landscape. Very simple, plain, not much in there. This one was supposed to be a sunset. I didn't really do anything more with it. I think I got interrupted and never went back to it. And then on this side, again, I painted the background with the blue, the greens, and the yellows together, knowing that I wanted to put flowers in there. Oh, purple was in there too. And then went back over and doodled. I think it turned out pretty good. A lot of people like this. A couple more blank pages. My book's not quite filled up. I do have another sketchbook that I started working on. These guys here are literally all mushroom heads. And in fact, I think up on the top, I called them mushroom men. They were characters I was trying to create using mushroom head shapes. So, a little bit of fun. I haven't used them in anything, but they're there. And then we have the kumquats, I believe. Pretty sure that's what I was painting. And yes, they do go in this direction. In this picture, they were not meant to be drawn this way or painted this way. Again, I don't think there's any drawing in this one. I think this is strictly working with paint, with an idea in my head of how it's going to go, adding the different layers, different colors. Some things didn't work out great. You can see I was trying to add shadow. It didn't come out the way I was thinking it would. So, yeah, that's why you do a sketchbook, so that you can practice. Alright, this was another quick sketch with the Elegant Ink Calligraphy Writer. Just a quick sample of showing somebody how it works. And again, a very early drawing on my part, before I knew how to draw faces, people. Working on a lot of different shadowing, getting things level, so on and so forth. Alright, blank page. This one was one of my favorite ones. I did this from scratch. This is my Mermaid in the Deep. She was a pencil drawing for the longest time. I think I did the pencil drawing back in May of 2017, and then I finally went in and added some color. Looks like October 20th of 2019. It was a lot of fun. They had a seahorse in the back, may or may not stay. I've never been happy with it, but it's there, and I think it's partially in ink. Yeah, I think I may have done it over in ink. So it may be there permanently. But as you can see, I didn't add any color because I didn't want it to stand out. The scales were a lot of fun on her body. This was just overall fun. I really enjoyed it. Blank page. This one was is a fuchsia plant, and I was watching Lindsay of the Frugal Crafter, and she did this as an exercise for painting along, and I actually did it while she was teaching it, and I'm very happy with it. I think it turned out really nice. She talked us through all the different elements, so like getting the water drops on here, and how to make it look, like it's still ripening, I guess. Here was a fun one I did. This was probably one of my first drawings with the elegant ink. If you stop this and take a look at this, you might discover there's quite a few different animals in here. You might see the obvious right off, but why don't you go ahead and take a look and see how many you can count. Drop me a comment in the, or drop your count, how many you find in the comments of this video, and I'll let you know how close you are. I hope you have fun doing that. I had fun painting it. Alright, and then here is just a little bit of lettering I was working on. I had some calligraphy pens that I'd found that I hadn't had in quite a while, and I got them out, got my speedball book out, and decided to just give it a try. I think they came out. I don't have the hand strength anymore for precision work like this for long term. I can do about as many as you see right here, and then my hand is just a little too sore and I have to give it a break. And you already saw my pocket covering there at the back of found objects. So that is Lori's Art, journal number 1. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments. Talk to you later. Bye.